my name's Zanette, and today I'm going to talk to you about hiring. So within the City Game, the first thing you want to do is make sure you've read all their resumes. They've put a lot of energy into those, and they will tell you a lot about those students. You then want to look at the job application form to see what are their top 3 choices and their reason for choosing their first one. Then what I do is I take a class list and I'll write down all of their first, second, and third choices. The reason that's important is you do want to keep a copy of that for term 2 for the students who didn't get their top 2 choices or 3 choices, because maybe you just couldn't make that happen. Then I like to make sure they get one of their top 2 in the second term. So keep that throughout the term. Then what I like to do is, just from my own knowledge of the students and from the resumes that I've read and the application forms I've read, I on my own like to just go and circle all the ones that I think would be great for that position. Now, when looking at that, you might wonder, well, how do you know which one's good for what position? I really like to focus on those kids who, for example, doubt that they would be a good police officer or they would never get hired for their first choice. I love that feeling of being able to hire them for something they feel that no one ever would have noticed that they have the strengths for. Another thing is pushing kids outside of their comfort. So planner checkers, for example, if you have those quiet kids, I always love to hire planner checkers who don't tend to interact with a lot of students, because every single day they will interact with the same 5 clients, and that builds up their confidence in how to interact with those students, which you will notice over the year goes into them feeling more confident with their peers, which is an amazing thing to watch. So really look at, when you're hiring your students, what will benefit them and help them reach their full potential and make them feel very proud of the job that they have. The other thing to consider is you will probably hire each student for more than one job. When hiring them for more than one job, they still only get paid for one job. Give them the higher paying job. I do have students sometimes where I just need them to do more than one heavy job, a job that has a lot of responsibility. I usually offer those students an extra $100, or you can decide what that looks like, just as an incentive. And those are your kids who are done their work early. Any kid that's done their work early, the more jobs you give them, the easier it is for them, because they're not distracted, which creates behavior. And also you have more help within the City Game. So another thing to look at is the job template. So sorry, this is your job pyramid template. Print that out. And then I now transfer all the jobs onto the job pyramid template. I use a pencil and it's easy to make some changes. Then you're going to take the entire class list and split it into 3, and you're going to put a third under each deputy mayor. The book explains this process. The thing you need to be aware of is, if you already know, especially first term, you haven't quite got that community yet that you want to build up to. If you already know 2 kids do not get along, you do not want one of them being the police officer of the other. So you're now going to want to look at your job pyramid and make sure you haven't put people together that shouldn't be together. By term 2 and 3, that doesn't seem to be a problem, because you've built that sense of community by then. So that's what I do for the job template. Now we're going to move into actually hiring the students the day of. The kids get so excited. They always ask. Give yourself time. If you need an extra night to put together the jobs, especially if it's your first year doing it, tell the students it'll be 2 days. You just need time to make sure you're confident about your decision. Hiring. What I do is I like to call out names. Like, let's say I've got 5 planner checkers. I'll say, okay, I'm going to have these students stand up. And then I'll call 5 names out. And I tell the class, all of these students are going to be our planner checkers. And then we all applaud to all the students when they get hired. And then in the past, before COVID, what I used to do is shake their hands. And this is actually pretty cool, because when you shake a student's hand, you can tell which ones are really confident and which ones are a little more shy. So we talk through what a handshake represents and what it can tell a person. But because COVID happened and we want to make sure the kids are comfortable, I will offer that as something, and I always sanitize my hands first, and it's up to them if they want to do the handshake. If not, you can always do an elbow or just give them the round of applause. So that's it for hiring. I hope you have fun with it, and thank you for joining me today. I hope you tune into some of our next videos. Thank you.